Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Michael Letzeisen. I'm Assistant Athletic Director for Events and Operations at UMass Lowell. We are looking forward to this weekend at Franklin Park and hosting the NCAA Division One Men's and Women's Cross Country Northeast Regional. We're looking forward to a great event and hope everyone has a safe and good race. I'm going to hand it off to Gary Gardner, our Director of Track and Fields and Cross Country. Gary?
Thanks, Mike. We're at the park right now, getting it ready. So I'm getting this in between some raking some mud and doing some leaf blowing. So I just want to introduce everybody else that's here. Our meet referee is Tommy Stewart. Our head clerk is Dan Hart. And our NCAA rep is Sean Green from UNH. Review of the meet schedule I sent out. It's all in the manual I sent out. Packet pickup on Friday will be from 2 to 5. The timers will actually be by noontime with the packets. So if there's teams that do roll in early, they said they would be here by 11:30. So I'll go with noon just in case they're running late. But if anybody wants to pick up before 2 o'clock, we should be able to accommodate. And I know there's some people that aren't coming in until Friday. So you can pick it up on Friday as well. National Anthem will be at 10:35. Clerking will begin at 9:40 for the women, at 10:40 for the men. We're going to give everybody a form to fill out, since you don't have to bring athletes over any longer to show numbers, etc. So we have a form that we're going to give everybody when you pick up your packet. They can just fill out the 7 people racing. You sign it and you bring it over, and we'll just do it that way rather than you coming over and verbally giving it to us. It'll be quicker, more efficient. We won't have a clerking line, which I know has been an issue at some regional and national championships in the past. So we'll try to make it as quick and efficient clerking in as we possibly can. Just a reminder, hip numbers, chips, etc. Please put them on the correct place. Both hips, front, back. The chip goes in the front. Course is in pretty good shape. There's one section that going down past 2 miles, entering the wilderness area, that the drain there, which we discovered on Sunday when we were down here doing some stuff, was all backed up. So we've done some work on there over the last 3 days, and it's in pretty good shape, much better shape than when Julie called me in a panic on Friday about it. So it's much better shape now, and it should be good, especially with the warm weather here over the next few days, that we should be in good shape. The rest of the course is hard and fast right now, and it looks like the weather is going to hold off for us a little bit until the afternoon with everything. So hopefully we can get through without any problems with the weather. Medical procedures, practice day, we'll have trainers here from noon to 5. They'll have ice, water, etc. The tent will be in that area, the third base dugout. We have a tent going in there. So anything you need with the trainers will be accessible over there, either on practice day or race day. We'll have a cart trailing as well with a trainer in that, in case anybody needs anything at that point. Marshals on the course will be in all the normal locations at Franklin Park. Dan is already been working with that, and we have plenty of officials that have worked this park and work this area. So we should be in good shape, and we'll have a lead cart, obviously. Finish line is just normal chip. Just try to have everybody disperse as much as they can. Just normal procedures. The timing system is the same as Millennium, the same system they use for coast to coast, and we've used for regionals here in the past, or Boston College has used for regionals here in the past. And I believe I sent out the link to results, but I'll send that out again on Thursday with a direct link to Mort's site. And we also got a video board this year for the meet. So we'll have a video board right by the finish line. So we'll have real-time results on the video board for just before a mile for both races, just before 2 miles for both races, and then 5K and 8K for the men as well. And we'll post individual results as well as team results on the board, and hopefully Mort can get them up on his website as well. But we did rent a video board thinking that that would make it a little bit more of a championship feel event. So parking will be handled by the Rangers down below. Up top here at Franklin Park for the parking will just be officials and meet personnel. So that little lot down the bottom will be open for as many buses as we can fit into that area. And then the rest will be sent down to either the hospital or up to the golf course. And everybody knows kind of the parking situation at Franklin anyway. So we'll do our best with it. COVID testing, if anybody is symptomatic, our trainers, and actually I have a bunch of antigen tests. So if anybody that's traveling in has anybody that becomes symptomatic for COVID, testing is available. So just give me a call or give one of our trainers a call and we can get antigen tests to whoever would need them. So I think that's everything from me. Any questions for me to get this as quick and efficient as possible? All right, Sean, it's all you, man.
Hey everybody, looking forward to the meet on Friday. Obviously, I get the fun of going through all the NCAA stuff as the NCAA rep, so I'll go through it as quickly as I can, and out of respect for everybody's time and the fact that you've all heard this 47 times before, but I don't want to make it seem like it's not important either. So games committee is going to be site rep, meet director, and head ref. Games committee will review the course, we'll monitor the weather and all that stuff. Like Gary said, we look like we're hopefully in pretty good shape there and address any issues. Substitution replacement process. Substitutions are going to be allowed up to 20 minutes prior to the start of the race. At that point, by 20 minutes, if you've taken more than 7 chips, you have to return those other couple of chips and bibs. Okay. So you can't hang on to those. Make sure you turn those in. Any unused chips must be returned prior to the start of the race. I talked about the new thing for this year, as Gary mentioned, is that you as coaches are going to be able to check your teams in, which I think is great, cutting down on pre-race stress and lines. Just make sure that you remember to do that first of all, and you as the coach who's checking them in is going to be responsible for making sure everybody's got the right hip number, bib number, and chip. You're also going to be responsible for making sure that your team complies with the uniform and logo rules, since they're not going to be checked by the clerk at check-in, since you're checking them in. So keep that in mind. We all know the uniform and logo rules that will be enforced. Failure to comply may result in disqualification, but we don't typically have issues there. Please note any teams or individuals that check in late or not in accordance with the times outlined in the manual may jeopardize participation in the race. We'll have a letter sent to their institution's athletic director and be subject to a financial fine. So just make sure you check in on time. After each race, there's going to be a 15-minute protest period during which no one is allowed to protest. Just kidding. You have a 15-minute protest period once the results are posted. That's going to be right there at the protest tent. It's $100 cash deposit for making that protest. So you're going to need to make sure you bring cash with you in the event that you do need to file a protest. And there will be a tent right there. Referee's decision regarding the protest will be written on each copy of the protest, and the referee's decision is final. There's no games committee involved. It's just the head referee's decision. Obviously, you get your $100 back if your protest is upheld. Misconduct statement. Misconduct at an NCAA championship is any act of dishonesty, unsportsmanlike conduct, unprofessional behavior, or breach of law occurring incident to, en route to, from, or to, or at the locale of the competition, well written by the NCAA as always, or practice that discredits the event or intercollegiate athletics. And that includes criticism of officials, members of the coaching staff, or other representatives of the teams or conferences can't make public comments critical of Stewie. Drug testing statement. NCAA championship committees, following a recommendation from the drug testing subcommittee, have discontinued the practice of announcing whether drug testing will be conducted at NCAA championship events. Although knowing it ahead of time was making it easier in terms of organization, the fear was that if people knew testing was not conducted, they might be more tempted to cheat. So therefore, all coaches and student athletes should just assume there's going to be NCAA drug testing. As always, you'll get notified. Your student athlete will be notified, and they have to notify a member of your coaching staff, athletic training, somebody like that, that they're going to be drug tested at that point. I'm just going to keep running through this. If anybody has questions, though, certainly raise your hand or throw something in the chat, and I think we can unmute you if you have any questions. Regional post-race recognition ceremony process for USTF CCCA awards. The top 25 men's and women will be recognized. I think Gary said, and correct me if I'm wrong, Gary, that if it's pouring down rain, you probably won't do an actual ceremony for it, but otherwise we should expect that that'll be the process. Is that right?
Correct. I think Joe's going to address that in a little bit, but if it is rain, we'll probably do what we did in Buffalo in the past when the weather wasn't good, and we'll just have a check-in list and people can come grab their awards. It looks like sometime in the early afternoon it might pour, so if we get to the point of the award ceremony and it's looking to pour or is pouring, we'll just do a quick check-in with the awards and have the coaches or the athletes go over and grab them and get you guys out here instead of waiting around in the rain for an award ceremony that nobody's going to show up for.
Okay, just a couple more things on my end. You all know the qualifying advancement to championships, top 2 teams, obviously, then 13 additional at-large teams, top 4 individuals, not from a qualifying team, but they have to still be in the top 25. And then there'll be 2 individual at-large selections made by the committee. Ties, breaking of ties for advancement to the championships is done head-to-head 1 through 5. Team A versus Team B, first finisher, so on and so forth. And then the selection show is scheduled for 5 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. So that's when you'll get the official notification if you're hoping for an at-large berth. And then finally, the national championships will be held in Tallahassee on November 20th. Women's race will begin at 10:20, followed by the men's race at 11:10, and that will be on ESPNU this year. And that is all I have, unless there are questions for me. All right. Look forward to seeing you guys down there. I'll be down there all day Thursday afternoon, and see you obviously Friday, but good luck to everybody.
Okay, just one question. Once that little lot below is full, you will be able to drop off right where the normal drop off is, right at where Circuit Drive and Pierpoint Road come in, and if you have any medical or trainers, certainly shoot me an email so that we can get them parking up top. If you have a trainer that's coming in separately, just send me a name and we'll get them out there. The other question that we had was about the timing company, and I will address the speediness results with them. And before we got the video board, they assured me that they could get it up there, since we're actually, the NCAA won't pay for the video board, so that actually is paid for by us. So before we shelled out the money, I wanted to make sure that that he was capable of getting it up there, because if not, having the video board is useless if you can't have the live results. So I will double check with him again. So Joe Pienta, you on the call? Okay. So he had the agenda for the Coaches Association stuff. I know a couple of the reminders. Vicky, are you on here? Vicky, no. All right. I know the reminders where convention is coming up. I don't have it in front of me, but convention is coming up. Anybody hasn't registered yet and wants to go, there are still rooms, and it is being held live in Orlando this year, nothing virtual. And what was the other thing? We do have the men's Northeast rep is open. So if anybody, I'm stepping away. So if anybody has any interest in becoming the men's rep, please shoot me an email, and
Gary,
we will forward your name.
Yeah.
Mark.
Hey, Gary,
Yep.
This is Vicky. I'm back on the call. I was able to unmute myself. Do you want me to cover the regional notes?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Hi, everyone.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay. As Gary mentioned, we do have a regional rep opening coming up, and that will be discussed at our convention. And the next part to that, and I'm not sure if Gary already mentioned this, but we have convention coming up. So we encourage everyone to attend. If you need any information, go to the USTF CCCA website for registration, hotel information, and all of that stuff. We definitely want to have a good showing. If you're interested in running to be the men's Northeast region rep, please reach out to Gary or to Joe so that they can compile a list of names and send that out to our Northeast region. In terms of awards, they already mentioned the regional award procedure at the actual region at our championships this upcoming Friday. But also remember that we have voting for Regional Athlete of the Year as well as National Athlete of the Year. You'll receive emails on that and the time frame for that as well. And there's opportunities to select names already submitted or to fill in a name that might not already be automatically on the ballot. And then a couple of reminders with regards to other awards that we have the all region top 25 individuals, all American top 40 individuals at the final national championship. The all academic team is a 3.0 cumulative GPA through the fall semester. And the information to submit those will be usually early January. We get the email to submit all academic team. All academic individual must be someone that has served at least one semester at your institution and a cumulative GPA of 3.25 and placed in the top 25 or top 10% of our Northeast region meet or an All-American status. So that was a mouthful, but all of that is also outlined in our handbook that is available on the USTF CCCA website. And then the last reminder is if you have anything that you would like to have discussed or a proposal that you would like to submit, please make sure that you submit that through the proposal portal that is on our website, our association website. If you have any questions on that, you can reach out to me, Gary, or Joe, and we can help you with that. And that's it.
Yes, Vicky. Are there any other questions before we give you back the rest of your day here? Record time, 19 minutes here.
Gary, I'll just add, you had mentioned that the clerking tent. So on Friday, clerking will be done out of the tent that's going to be located on the infield, the softball infield near the finish line. And I did know Sean had mentioned about return of chips and bibs, which can be done in the tent there.
Yeah, so any of the athletes that aren't running that you entered on Direct Athletics, please hand in the bibs and the chips at that tent when you declare. Any other questions? All right, thanks. Looking forward to seeing everybody on Thursday. Good luck this weekend.